What's up everybody? In today's video I'm going to tell you why I upgraded to the iPad Pro 12.9 from the iPad Pro 11 inch. What's up everybody? My name's Zach and here on TechGear I focus on pretty much anything technology. I do tech reviews, gear reviews, sometimes the occasional vlog, and I also do some how-to videos to help you on your own YouTube journey. If any of that interests you, make sure you subscribe, like and comment on the videos. I love to interact and I love to answer questions if I have the answer, so would love to have you around if you care to join. Alright, so this is the iPad Pro 12.9 with the 256 gigabyte hard drive on it. So this is a little bit of an upgrade from the 128. I don't think 128 would be enough in this day and time. I only get the Wi-Fi models on my iPads because I never need to use them anywhere that I don't have, Wi-Fi. In an emergency situation, I can just hotspot off of my cell phone to be able to get service on here. I do not want another phone plan. So this is the large model. As you can tell, this is the 2021 model, 5th generation. So there is a couple upgrades over the previous 12.9 model and a bunch of upgrades over this 11 inch that I have, but I kind of opted to go with the same spec that I have in this machine. This is also a 256, but this just has them newer features. One of them, which is the new 1080p camera, which is on the front of here. That's the first time they've ever done that on an iPad. So you get a full HD image, and it also uses Center Stage software that they have come out with for the iPads, which allows you to have a wide angle lens on the camera, and the Center Stage kind of tracks your face within the frame and helps to keep it that way if you use it in the portrait mode like this, or if you have it laying sideways or on a stand, the technology in the camera can make it full screen and center you in the middle. So that is really cool. This 12.9 also gets a larger battery than the 11 inch models. It also gets the new Liquid Retina XDR display. It's a mini LED screen and it's supposed to be super good with very high nits of brightness. I think it peaks at like 1600 and then has like I think 1000 constant. So really bright display. Here it is, and it is very big compared to what I am used to. In here you get your normal, paperwork, probably some stickers, the usual with Apple. Also have a USBC charger included with the power brick to go into the wall for that. That is very nice and really big. I am not used to how big this is. Look at the size difference right here. Now just a little bit of backstory before I tell you why I opted for the 12.9 model. I've been using iPads for a long time. I've bought and sold a lot of the previous, earlier generations of the iPad regular, and then finally ended up with a 2018 MacBook Pro with the 11 inch model, and I love it. That one's the one I've stuck with. I've never even thought about selling it, and I don't even want to sell it now. I'm actually going to give it to my mom, so it's going to stay within the family. I love this machine. I may end up with another 11 inch. I may not like the larger screen on the 12.9. Up until the iPad Pro 11 inch, I pretty much wasn't very satisfied with the iPads. This one really just changed the game. I like it so much better. Now I pretty much use my iPad for content consumption or productivity. Most of the time I will be on Notion on here and writing down notes or going through the video logs and stuff that I do for YouTube, and I can access all that on my iPad on the go anywhere I need to without internet. So that is cool. I can just take notes and later on it'll sync up to my other devices. That's one way I use this. The other way is just to watch YouTube videos. So that is the two reasons why I use my iPad. Now, one of the things that I did not like about the 11 inch is the small keyboard options. I've tried one. I didn't really care for how tight it was because the 11 inch is a smaller machine, which brings me to the first point of why I want to go with the 12.9, and that is to get the larger keyboard that can go with them. So Apple has a nice one. I'm actually going to try the Logitech keyboard with my machine because it has a 2-in-1 type deal. It's got a regular screen, case for when you want to use it just in regular iPad mode, but then that case can connect to the Logitech keyboard without having to, disconnect anything. Now with the Apple keyboard, you can't have a iPad case and still use it with the keyboard. It's just they don't design it that way. So that is what I'm looking forward to, is to get the full-size keyboard with the iPad. Now the next reason I wanted to try out the 12.9 model is for that brand new Liquid XDR display. It's still a Retina display, but it's like a mini LED version, and it's extremely sharp, especially be one of the best, if not the best, tablet displays or really laptop displays on the market. And I think that is awesome, just to have that kind of, and don't get me wrong, the 18-inch display is still great. It's a Retina display and it's very sharp, but just to have that upper edge with the new technology always excites me. I enjoy that stuff, it's cool. So I wanted to try that out. Now moving on to reason number 3, there is kind of like a productivity boost for this machine. So the USB-C for charging, the port on here is now Thunderbolt 4 capable. So that means a lot of more peripherals and, you know, say a hard drive, anything this Thunderbolt 4 can plug into this without any problems. Now previously you couldn't plug in like a SSD, a portable SSD into the iPad and get it to work. It just was not set up in the software or the hardware, I guess, to make that possible. But there's also been an upgrade in the speaker department of the iPad, and it literally sounds amazing. It sounds better than my MacBook Air M1, and it sounds better than my iPad, the 2018 model 11-inch that I have. They've just done a phenomenal job through the 12.9-inch this year with the speaker setup. It sounds incredible. Now one other cool thing about the iPad 12.9 is it comes with a larger battery. Because the iPad is larger, they have more room to include, you know, a larger milliamp battery inside of it. But it may not be that much of a boost over the 11-inch models just because of the more high performance. And I know y'all are thinking that's probably all the reasons I could come up with of why I wanted to upgrade to the 12.9 model, but you're leaving out the most important thing, and that is because it has the M1 chip. Now, the 11-inch iPad Pro that I have did not have the M1 chip. It was not out until 2020, I believe, but the chip is amazing. I've got a Mac Mini over here that has the M1 chip, and my MacBook Air has the M1 chip, and it is an incredible chip. I don't know how it could get that fast, but to have it in an iPad is just that much cooler. And something this thin and small, and you know, if they ever come out with the software side of things to where you can run Final Cut Pro on an iPad, the M1 chip can handle it flawlessly. It's so easy to edit on because Apple makes the chip and then they make Final Cut Pro. So all the applications that they make are pretty much built to run good on the M1 chip. And that's why I think it is super awesome to have it in an iPad, and why I want one, because I'm ready to upgrade to that chip in this kind of form factor. I'm gonna try out the Apple Pencil on this device as well. I've got me a paper-like ish cover coming for it. I'm gonna try that out and see if I enjoy writing on it, because it is a bigger surface. Sometimes it was a little small and kind of gimmicky to write on the 11-inch, and it's probably just my personal opinion. So if you have any questions on the upgrade or any questions on either of the iPads, shoot it down to the comments area and I'll be happy to answer if I have the answer. I'm really looking forward to kind of diving in and getting my hands on this and using it for a while. If you want to pick up one of these iPads for yourself, I'll put a link in the description. All right guys, so that's gonna wrap up this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. I'd love to have you around. And I will see y'all in the next one. Later.